Hello there, YouTubers. Guess where we are? A place we haven't been in a long time. Now let me get over to the other side. I hope you'll see my ugly face. If you're new here, this is YouTube's fastest wood splitter. I don't care what anybody says. And this crazy old fart running it is going to blow a lot of them little kids out of their way. I don't do four-way wedges, single-way wedge. There's a lot of things. This wood splitter was made by accident back around 1972, and it's 50 years old, somewhere around there, give or take a year. And it's still hanging in there, probably better than I'm doing. Anyhow, there's no wood splitter merry-go-round going on here. It comes off, wherever you get the wood. This is a wood that just come out of that tree that just came down. Okay, we're going to split it, and some of it's gnarly, so I have all sorts of implements of mass destruction over here to get it out if it doesn't come in. So we might need those. And I started to do this video, probably over an hour ago, and we ran out of gas. I had to go in town and get gas. I've been trying to get other gas. Now I'm going to talk to you about that tree up there that we cut down. You know, I was kind of watching the video, and I was there. You guys weren't there, so sometimes you don't know. Thanks for all the guys that stuck up for me on that. I really appreciate that. And for the guys that didn't stick up for me on there and kind of gave me a hard time, there were a few. Some of them I got rid of that were just nasty. Some of them were, you know, whatever. You guys know. Okay, give you a little more insight into that tree. It was a dead tree. Okay, if you didn't know it was a dead tree, I think all my regulars know it was a dead tree. So it had a little bit of rot down at the bottom. You couldn't really see it behind the bark, but you kind of knew it was there. There was a crack in the base of it. That's why I put that yellow strap around it, because it maybe wanted a barber chair. Didn't know what it was going to do. Okay, it had a hard lean that way, which I don't know how to tell you which is that way, but you saw it, and it had a hard lean, and it was leaning toward the fence. So the cable that I put in there was not to keep it from, not to try to pull it down. It was to keep it from, to favoring my wedge that I cut more than anything. There are briars all around. Okay, there was a fence on the high side that I couldn't get in there. What you probably couldn't see, that it was on really pretty good of an angle. Not a terrible angle, but enough that you could slip. It was muddy also. It was on the hillside, so that's the angle. And it was hanging up in there. I underestimated the limbs on that tree because I thought they would break off being as dead as it was, and so many had fallen, and the tree that caught it, that held on better than I thought it would hold on. I guess it was just a little bit longer and got up into lighter weight branches. So anyhow, that's what the purpose of the cable and that is, and I'm still forgetting things and I don't remember. You know, when you go look at a tree, you can say, oh, this tree's going to fall this way, but until you cut it, you got no idea what that tree's going to do. You're taking a gamble on every tree, so every tree is dangerous. All you're doing is predicting what you think is going to happen. And so based on your past knowledge, you got to make a, hopefully, safe prediction, okay? So when I cut my first falling notch out of it, if you go back and look at the video, you'll see that chainsaw got hung up in there, okay? So I couldn't go any deeper on my angle of cut in, and I could have maybe made it wider, but at the point that tree started coming down on that, I kind of wanted to stay away from that side. There was enough tension in it. Then on the back cut, when I started cutting in, if you look at that video, I had a 1-inch hinge. Okay, the other side wasn't hinging because that's where it came loose at. It was coming loose when I was cutting into it. And I don't know about you, but when that tree starts to fall, I'm getting the heck out of there, because you just don't know what's going to happen. The best thing is get the heck out of there, because that tree weighs more than I do, and it would squish me flat. Anyhow, that's enough on that tree, but go back and look at that thing. Now as I think about it, I wasn't happy that it hung up, and it really irritated me I didn't get it down faster. It was hung up in those trees better than I thought. But, I didn't win the lottery either while I was in there. Anyhow, we're going to split some wood, and you're going to see the fastest wood splitting on YouTube. So, and if I hadn't jabbered, let me see how much jabber I got in there. We'll jabber a little bit more. As you can see, all my instruments of mass production over here. We got a lot. I got a feeling some of these are going to hang up in there. I'll pull it down, but what we're going to do is we're going to pull it down. We're not going to use the log lift. I don't have a log lift. We're not going to use the log lift and go over there and set all those logs on the log lift. Walk further to your pile to get another log to put on your log lift. I see more people put logs on log lifts than I do see using the log lift. And most people that do splitting wood probably have a tractor. Okay. Then we're going to one step to the totes, or one step to the crate. I think I'm going to be favoring the totes today. Have to take this out of here. That just keeps it from spreading. I'm changing, of course I'm not changing anything. I'm kind of changing these crates up again a little bit, but not too much. We'll check the oil. That's where it goes. Okay, it's good. Anyhow, let's do some splitting for new people that haven't seen this fastest splitter on YouTube. I think this is a pretty good spot. We'll come down a little bit. Maybe we'll come back a little bit. Then you can see me throwing them in the bucket. You can see me kind of getting them off the thing. It's stacked up a little higher than I like, but I did make it down here with most of them. Got to put mittens on. It's got a little cold. There's some nasty weather coming in. We'll warm up the machine. Okay, it's warmed up. I mean, started up. still there? Heck yeah, I'm down to 4. And here's where I'm at here. Plus I got a few over there. So hit the like button, subscribe button, and we're gonna finish this bad boy out. I don't know. I'm gonna finish it out there so I can jabber at the end and tell you to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Now, I don't know how fast you guys are at splitting wood. The daggone, that split pretty quick. Now, as you can see on the sides here, I stacked that up so I get a full load of wood. It ain't no half load of wood, it's a full load. So it's a third of a cord. Now, this is not your roadside bonfire wood. This is boiler wood, so it is a little bit bigger, so I understand that I am getting a little bit more out of that. But if I hadn't jabbered at the beginning for 5 minutes and I hadn't jabbered at the end for 3 minutes, okay, I guarantee you that those other 3 would have been done and this would have been full, because between this part here and this little bit over here. Now, the reason these are over here, I did not measure these. Normally I measure my wood. When I got into the bigger stuff, I measured them. But they weren't measured, and that's the one thing that's kind of rotten here. You can see how I stack it up high. That's one thing that I don't like about the totes. They're not very forgiving, and I want to be full rack to rack. So that's what the difference is. I'm gonna finish splitting that out, then I'm gonna cover this up and wrap it up for today. But you know, I got a solid third, and I don't have anybody loading the wood to me. I don't have anybody taking the wood away from me, and it's already stacked. I have no stacking to do. It's not in a pile at the end. It's not in the pile of a conveyor. It is stacked, ready to go to dry. And so try to catch me, guys. So if that's a third of a cord and a half hour, that's I guess a cord in an hour and a half, which is kind of slow, but it's okay with me. The fastest I've ever done with having somebody help me load it was 2 cords an hour. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more crazy nonsense. We'll see you later, guys. Thanks for coming by.